I used to come back to Penang on and off, but I didn't have a chance to come into the school proper, see, to look around or whatever you say, walk down memory lane, my classroom, and etc. Today, I'm very delighted to return to the school, to have a good look, and I see that the school has not changed much, except maybe a few blocks here and there have been put up, and some renovation has been done. Yeah, so well, I never expected to come back after so many years. I started my schooling in missionary schools, or called Lasarian schools, back in 1951. I started schooling at the age of 7, and I was admitted to Standard 1 in St. Michael's, Ipoh. After which, I came to Penang. So I came to Penang, I enrolled myself into St. Xavier's institution, and that was 1952, and then all the way down to 1957. I think Standard 6, if I can recall it. After which I left St. Xavier's, went back to KL and joined St. John's Institution. Just more or less almost five years here in St. Xavier's. It's during primary school, I think most of the time here. Whatever it is, three missionary schools I attended. Yeah, that is St. Michael's, St. Xavier's, and St. John's. There's a lot of fond memories I have while studying Penang St. Xavier's Institution. I remember very clearly that when I joined the school in the 1952, it was a tap-shaped structure located at the end of the field, the present location of the field. And then we were there for, I can't remember for how long, maybe about a year or so. And then when the new school was completed, the present one, then we shifted over from the atap shed to the new school. I hope that the present teachers will continue with full dedication towards the teaching, the profession in teaching. Just like the good old days, 1950s and 60s, they were very dedicated, and they really compete against other schools, to really excel, make the students excel in all exams, especially coming to the senior Cambridge, for example, and then the LCE, the passing rate. They are competing with one another. And those teachers were very dedicated in the sense that they go the extra mile to give extra attention to those students who are weak in certain subjects. I find that they are more committed. They really explore and really go and look into the problems of the students, especially the weaker ones, who cannot catch up, who cannot cope with the studies. They spend extra hours after class. They don't go back straight away. They spend half an hour to give extra lessons to the student. So these are real commitment and sacrifices. Present teachers should emulate. Hope that the teachers, the present day teachers, will continue with this kind of sacrifices.
I am Tengku Zainal Adlin bin Tengku Mahmud, attended secondary school here in 1951, 19 years after the school was founded. Okay, and completed my senior Cambridge overseas certificate in 1957. I really appreciate being educated in St. Xavier's, giving me the human values, philosophy of the school, and the way it was being internalized by us. It was not forced. It was by just nicely talking by the brothers to us about the good values, the ethics, the morals, and what have you, and it was really fun. What I am today was what I learned when I was in school here. I was then the secretary of the prefect's board also. I recollect that the Reverend Dr. Michael asked me where's the minutes. The meeting was held only just 2 days ago. The fact that he asked me for that made me, whenever there's a board meeting or whatever it is, the minutes must be very, very well prepared and fast. Because of that small incident, but it's saying to me that I got to be efficient. efficiency. That was what I learned from Brother Michael and what I internalized, I do for my organization. But of course, discipline. The discipline that was inculcated or internalized to us was really, it was not forced discipline. The way the Christian brothers just passed on to us was very, very, very subtle, but it's effective. I always remember almost every week we have the public cleaning for the cultural students by Brother Charles, because the naughty has got to be addressed and to be corrected and what have you. From that public cleaning that I see almost every week, make me realize that we must be good, we must be, fair, caring. Of course, I was in the Air Training Corps for the number 2 Squadron. When I was in FROMSXI, I was already the flight sergeant. A combination of St. Xavier's and Penang Free School. And because of the great rivalry between St. Xavier's and Penang Free School, very great rivalry. And I was happy that I was able, in a small way, to bridge the gap of better understanding and appreciation. And I remember my year, because the senior candidates and me have to beat Penang Free School. We have to beat them. In 1957, the result was there were 120 students in the school, I remember. 4 classes, I think. That got grade 1. 96 got grade 1. Can you imagine? 96 out of 120. The rest grade 2. And grade 3 only about a handful. That's how good the school was. And that year, we beat Penang Free School. I was happy to do that, yeah. Yes, yeah. Going to be 170 years. The way forward, the future, you have to be, of course, much better than it was before. And I believe we can, because we have the right philosophy, the right approach. I hope that it will be the center of excellence for education, not just in Penang, but whole of Malaysia. I feel that that's why the word St. Xavier's institution is important. It's not just a school, it is an institution. So because of that, that has to remain historical. You cannot change to Sekolah Menengah St. Xavier's. It's so out of context. I feel that the St. Xavier institution, part of history, we have got to maintain and sustain it for the future. And hopefully again, the center of excellence of education in Malaysia.
My name is James Jeremiah. I was a former Xaverian. It was the year 1975. I joined the Xaverians in 1964, ended in 1975. During those days, we were dedicated students, serious students, but when we started to reach high school, we start to become a bit naughty and doing a lot of mischief things, like playing truants, fighting. But we were kids at that time. Of course, when you say St. Xavier's, you also have to talk about the convent-like street. The girls are the girls' schools are there, so you get a lot of Xaverians walking. Although they can walk through Penang Road, but they'll walk through Light Street just to pass the girls' school and hoping to be noticed. So that was one of my incidents where I had to wear black shoes, and we were forbidden to wear black shoes in school. But I always had a pair of black shoes, and one day I was caught by Brother Charles when he said, "What are you doing with the black shoes?" I said, "No, I'm going to see some girls." And I got into trouble. So those were the days. We were naughty, but we enjoyed ourselves. For the teachers, well, most of the teachers that I can remember, they are all dedicated teachers. They are very dedicated. Teachers like Mrs. Ho and a few of them, which I cannot really remember their name. They were dedicated teachers. They were serious into teaching. In 1965 or 66, in my grandfather's house in Kelawai Road, I found something old. I was maybe 8, 9 years old, and I found a bell. And I was playing with the bell, making hell of a lot of noise in an old man's house. The next thing I knew, he told me to take the bell and throw it away or put it away because it was annoying him whenever he was praying. So I kept the bell until 1996 or 97 when they sold the house. I managed to take the bell and kept it with me in my uncle's house in Burma Road. And I kept it there ever since until they demolished the house. Later, I found out that the bell could be one of the original bells from the St. Xavier's institution handed to the St. Xavier's branch school. I'm not too sure, but I hope it was because I'm still having it. And I would like to return it back to its rightful owner, hoping that it's the original Xaverian bell. Brother Jason, lucky brother.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. My name is Solmi Ahmad Sofi. I'm from Penang. I came back for just a short vacation, and I dropped by at my old alma mater, my school, when I was in Form 1 until Upper 6, and I left school late 82. When I came back here just for a short tour, it brings back an old memories when I was in my school days. And I can still remember the noise at all the classroom blocks. And one of the things that I can still recall at my school is the harmony that we inculcate among us, whether between teachers and also among students. Because in this school, when I was in my time, it was Malay, Chinese, Indian, Eurasians and whatnot, all mixed around, and we don't have any gap among us. Even we can sit next to the Chinese eating whatsoever food that could not be eaten by a Muslim, but we still mix around together, play together. That is one of the most factor I think I miss a lot, the harmony, mixing with friends of other races. Even now in the society, I notice that school children, I have to say this, people now tend to mix among their own races rather than have a group of, consists of Chinese, Malay, Indians and others in a group. The young generation could come back to the old time, mix around with all other races, so that when you go back, when you go out to the society in your working life or whatever, you won't have negative impression on others, because we in Malaysia is a harmony country, because we live not only Malays, we live with other races as well. That is the things that special about Malaysia, like people say, Malaysia truly Asia. I hope this school will stand until forever, to give opportunity for students from present generation and also future to have a knowledge in this school. This is one of the best school. My school days in St. Xavier's institution was one of the best memory in my life and also in my school days. I wish success to everybody in this school, and to me, labor omnia vincit.